Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lakota East High School, home of the Thunderhawks for girls high school basketball live on Westchester TV. Tonight in the Hawk Nest, we have a conference matchup between your Lakota East Thunderhawks and the Fairfield Indians. I'm Dave Royce with my partner courtside, Ken Milbonsky. Ken, good to be back here at courtside. Got an interesting start already tonight. You saw at the line there, had a little technical foul before the game started.
Yeah, Dave, we had a scorebook violation. The Fairfield Indians had to sub out a starter that either wasn't feeling good or had some kind of injury, so they switched to starter, but they did it after the 10-minute minimum that you have to give your opponent notice of. So unfortunately for Fairfield, East starts off with a 1-0 lead, making one of the two free throws. We've got Fairfield and Lakota East, Dave. Both teams 3-10 overall.
Yep.
Both struggling as of late. East looking for their first win in 2026.
Yeah, they're on a 5-game losing streak here, like you said, 3-10. Shooting is what I have written down, Ken, for both teams. It looks like on paper, though, you look at the stats, East is just a smidge ahead and statistically should win this game by a few buckets, and hopefully with the home court advantage, that'll bode well for the Thunderhawks. So here we go, no traditional tip-off. As you mentioned, Ken, we had the technical foul, shooting the foul shots, and East got the ball first, took it down with no bucket. Fairfield takes it down now and comes up empty-handed as Bailey Bacher, the senior, brings the ball up to center court here.
Yeah, Dave, Fairfield, a really young team. They dress 6 freshmen on their varsity. They've got 2 in the starting lineup. See the pass inside to Bacher, and she misses, but gets a loose ball, and Fairfield winds up away with it. Indian ball.
That'll be a key tonight. Who wins the glass, right? If you can come up with a couple of offensive rebounds, I think that'll make the difference. As there's a nice pass over off the glass and 2 for number 12, Macy Hill.
Yeah, Hill, very scrappy player underneath. East is going to put a bunch of pressure on Fairfield, try and force them into mistakes. They had a freshman ball handler before, number 0, Kendall Moffitt, who turned it over. And Fairfield's really going to have their hands full with this East pressure. Now into the game for Fairfield, Chloe Perry, who averages about 4 points a game, and she was the one who was scratched from the starting lineup. So again, not sure what happened there, but she's good enough to get in the game, which is good to see.
Maybe that's a discipline issue. We'll see. Maybe we can catch something here at the half. But, yeah, Ken, talk about those turnovers. Fairfield averaging right now around 18, 19 turnovers per game. So East will be putting that pressure on them as they like to go in there and grab the ball and steal it away.
Bacher with a strong rebound, passes underneath to Sturgill. Easy bucket for Bella Sturgill.
Sturgill looking good in the blocks down there. Strong off the glass. Bella right now leading the team in points and average at 11 and a half.
There's Perry shooting the 3. Good, strong rebound by 33, Eden Kenny, another freshman.
Just as we mentioned, whatever team can win that offensive rebound stat, I think tonight is going to be the team on top, because like we said, statistically very even. East just a little bit on top by a bucket or 2. Now Sturgill with a good rebound, brings the ball up, looking for a guard. Doesn't see anything, drives the lane, kicks it back out to Peyton. She's driving the lane. She'll draw the foul. And be East ball underneath.
A quick reach in there by Eden Kenny, just trying to slow this Hawks offense down.
So East out, quick 5-0 here with possession.
Get it to McCune there. Thought she was going to shoot a 3.
Yeah, McEwen really on fire earlier part of this season so far. Been cooled off of late, and see if she can warm up tonight and start hitting some buckets, especially some 3 balls. As now they get the ball stolen. Good physical play here.
Peyton Bucher does a nice job after her missed
shot. Great
shot.
job grabbing the ball, being physical, getting knocked down. Going to draw another foul here. It's going to be on number 1 for Fairfield. Moffitt. Like you said, Ken, this Fairfield squad, young squad here, right?
They've got a lot of learning to do. It looks like they're well coached. Looks like their coach is passionate about their team. It's just a matter of maturing into their bodies here as high school players.
East with a bad pass picked up by McCurran out to Burke. Burke shoots it off the back cylinder, and it's going to be Fairfield ball.
Into the game for the Hawks is going to be Hannah Weaver. First substitution for Coach Wallace. I guess there wasn't too many stoppages yet, but he tends to substitute a lot like we've talked about on other broadcasts.
Deep bench here for East. There's a bad pass picked up by Burke again. She'll bring the ball up, getting ridden by number 1. No foul. Thinks she was going to do the lob there to Sturgill, and it didn't work. Sturgill saves the ball, gets it into Bacher. Bacher gets her own rebound, going up strong. No foul called. Lot of movement in there. Oh, got to get those bounce passes up in the waist for those
outside shot
players.
Weaver.
Weaver takes a shot, comes up short. Nice offensive rebound by Bacher.
Good job of the Hawks resetting here up top.
Bacher 4th in the GMC right now with about 6.2 rebounds per game.
Hawks are really dominating the possession here. They've got another substitute coming in. That's Madison Springmeyer. He's going to come in for Sturgill.
That gives Bella that quick rest early in the period. And Madison does a good job coming in. Gets the pass, takes it over. Going over to Weaver in the corner, gets stolen by Moffitt. Moffitt driving back to Springer. Stringer up to the top, and that is Perry, who came in after the initial. Number 12 has the ball inside. That's Krim. She's their star right now. She's the leading scorer for Fairfield, number 12. So keep an eye on her.
Only senior on the team, Dave. She averages 9.2, leads them in rebounds, leads them pretty much in every statistical category. Seems like a player who's been with the program for a while. And you could just see her maturity compared to the others. Krim gets a steal and comes up with it here.
And Springmeyer with a good defensive play. A Fairfield coach wanted a foul down there. Now they work it quickly into the corner.
Chloe Perry for 3.
Gets the 3 ball to drop for the Indians and gets them on the board. So Hawks out quick, Ken, with a 5-0 lead, and then kind of have cooled down here. And there's a shot by
Zador McCune on the shot for the Hawks. Yeah, you know, the Hawks, we've talked about this earlier, Dave, off air. The Hawks shoot a lot of three-pointers, and their shooting possession isn't great, but the philosophy is if you're open for a shot on the outside, go ahead and take it. But Fairfield's got to be very happy with only down 5-3 here in this early first quarter.
Yeah, it was 5-0 pretty quick there, Ken, and in these last 2.5 minutes, the Hawks have done nothing around the rim as far as scoring, and that quick 3 ball in the corner puts Indians right back in the game. 5-3 here early in the first quarter.
I'm surprised, Dave, that they're not spreading out the Fairfield defense. So, you know, you almost want a 5 out when you're going against a younger team because they don't know the help defense as well. They can't recover. I'd like to see the Hawks go 5 out and spread it out and get some more cuts through the lane, which we haven't quite seen yet.
So Fairfield calls their first timeout there and resettles the troops here, coach does.
Fairfield with the ball, down 2. Got 2.5 minutes left here in the first. Bringing you live from Westchester Cable here, Dave.
As the Indians working the ball, that's over to Perry. Perry back out to Brown, who enters the game for the Indians. There goes Krem in the corner, or that's Stringer. Ava Stringer for the Indians. And just like that, Ken, in 2 buckets, Fairfield finds themselves up 1.
Fairfield playing a good man-to-man defense here, and there's outside shot again by the Hawks. A little long by Castleman.
Castleman comes in the game. She puts up a 3. There's a little bit of pressure, but the Indians break it quick as they go down, pop it out to the corner. There's number 5 again, taking that long ball off the rim. Bacher grabs it. It's pushing the issue over to the corner, looking for Sturgill. A little late there. And there's going to be a quick foul on Bella Sturgill, I think, on the reach in. Nope, 5 from behind.
Yeah, they got Weaver there for just kind of colliding in. Macy Hill comes in for her. Substitution for Fairfield is Cheryl Chante Brown.
She comes in for Perry. So Perry in, takes a couple of three-pointers. She's obviously must be their three-point shooter down there in that one left-hand corner. She's been kind of putting up residency down there, as now the Indians work the ball still with that 1-point lead as Moffitt has it. Nice bounce pass in the Krem. Goes up strong.
Krim draws the foul on Bacher. Good cut through the lane. Good play by the Indians. Going to give 2 shots at the charity stripe for Krim.
Yeah. Well earned. So, just in this first period, Ken, looks like, if you were watching this, East seems to be dominating the play, getting a lot of trips down the court, just coming up empty. And now Krim hits the first of her free throw.
Yeah, Hawks are still relying on their transition. They're trying to get steals in the open court. They're trying to rush it down. What I've noticed is whoever gets the rebound has dribbled it hard down. See, now Bacher slows it down a little bit, which is what I think the Hawks need to do, is run some half-court offense.
Oh, almost had a takeaway there as miscue. Bacher goes in. Good rebound by Bella Sturgill. Goes up strong and gets the foul, and she's going to earn her way to the line.
Yeah, awesome muscle by Sturgill there. Looked like it was just going to be a foul on the ground, and she powered through. Both arms striking through the defense, going up while they had contact with her, and that's going to get you to the free throw line. Excellent play by Sturgill. She hits the first
end. Right now, Bella is leading the team in free throws and free throw percentage, just around 66%. I know that's something that she worked on quite a bit last year, the number of times she made it to the stripe to improve her free throw shooting, and she goes 2 for 2 and ties it back up at a pair of 7s here with 1:09 left in the first. 7-7, whereas Fairfield will get the ball underneath their basket. Looks like East is in the full court press now as they go looking for that trap. Oh, had her on the lane there and let her get off. Indians break it, go down, shoot off the glass. Sturgill, big rebound again on the defensive side, over to Peyton. Peyton looks, stutters, goes through the lane, goes underneath. She's going to draw the foul.
Yeah, back to that defensive play on the press, Dave. Macy Hill did a very nice job holding down the fort as the lone person in the lane. She made Fairfield take a bad shot, and that allowed the Hawks to get the rebound.
This was a good drive by Peyton, and I thought it looked like pretty good defense, but the referees thought someone got a piece of her arm. She earns her way to the stripe. She cuts the front end, and free throws and rebounds. I mentioned the rebounds earlier, Ken. I've always been a big proponent of free throws, win and lose games at the charity stripe, and that might be where it happens tonight too, between offensive rebounds and who can shoot free throws. And right now the Hawks are up 2 just because of hitting some free throws. So,
and East does shoot 62% as a team. Fairfield at 68% as a team, but Hawks are going to get to the line more than Fairfield.
Should, yeah.
Just by the way of their aggressive offense.
There's a nice steal by Bacher. Going to push the issue, going to go left-handed off the glass. Oh, it doesn't go. And nice offensive rebound by Bella Sturgill, just like we talked. There's that offensive rebound, turns into 2 and makes it 11-7.
Yeah, that second chance is really 4. Where the Hawks are going to excel.
Now Krem goes in, beats her on the jump step, an easy 2 for the senior from Fairfield, Krem. That's 3 for her now. Bacher going in through a bunch of people, underhand. Oh, you got to make those. Isadore McEwen with a great offensive rebound and just misses it up off the glass. That would have put the Hawks up by 4. But right now at the end of 1, it's 11-9, Ken, and what a start here so far at the Hawks Nest.
Very action-packed, Dave. It started a little slow, but once the halfway point of the quarter hit, we had exchanging baskets left and right. So Fairfield did a nice job competing with the Hawks. Hawks, again, just going down and getting the rebound and going coast to coast and trying to get something off transition. Haven't quite settled in, haven't hit any of their threes yet, but Fairfield's very scrappy. I'm very impressed by the way this Fairfield team played in that first quarter.
Yeah, got down early, 5-0, and just kind of hung around and stuck around, and 2 shots, all of a sudden we're up by 1. And now, because of some foul shooting, has really been the difference so far for the Hawks with this 2-point lead right now at 11-9.
Yeah, not to mention they started the game with a free throw on the technical foul and made 1 of 2. But yeah, they're by the way, the free throw is why they have the lead here. So
right.
They're going to have to find a way to contain Krim on Fairfield, and they're going to have to find a way to make some extra passes on offense. Right now, it's I don't want to call it selfish play because it's aggressive play, but they're getting the rebound and just driving in. Bacher's driving in, making a left-handed scoop layup. So I'd like to see her pass the ball off a little more. And she starts with it there.
So Hawks get the ball here to start the second. Peyton looks in. McEwen miscue there as she was looking to put the 3 ball up. Still
good switch off by the Indians there.
Back to Peyton to the guard, looking. Nice post up by Sturgill. And
I think they're going to get Sturgill for a push there. Krim had good defensive position on her, and when they both went after it, Sturgill kind of pushed her in the back, trying to just gain her balance, and got called for an unfortunate foul there, her first.
We talked a little bit before the broadcast about working on there's a bad pass on the force on the interior by the Indians. Now Weaver, or there's that Hill in there under the basket, found herself kind of trapped behind the backboard, and luckily East will maintain possession here as McEwen has got the ball, comes in, shot goes up quick and off the rim.
So Fairfield with a chance to tie or take the lead here with possession. They get it inside to Krim.
Krim looking at the top of the key, tries to make a move. Little help there by, McEwen loses it off the steal. Bacher gets the initial takeaway. Now Hill gets a takeaway. And East, I think, just needs to slow down, like you said, Ken, and play some half-court basketball. Bacher, quick to shoot in the corner, misses the 3 ball. So the area is just not going in right now for the Thunderhawks.
Got a junior coming in for Fairfield, Jasmine Pierce, her first entry into the game. Hawks are going to have it underneath their own basket here, waiting for a shirt tuck-in to happen.
Yep.
Couple shirt tuck-ins to happen. Now we're all set. Looking good.
Nice inbound right to Bacher. Quickly up with the left hand. Comes up short, but she's going to earn a trip to the line here.
Yeah, Avery Stringer about a step behind her on defense. Got her from the side. And again, Hawks can convert free throws. They're going to be in control, but they're really struggling from field goal shooting so far.
So that's a set play. We know, right? Bailey coming down that left-hand lane, going up left-handed strong. Just didn't get the bounce off the backboard she was looking for, but earns her way to the stripe for 2, hits the front end of the 1, and doesn't get the home bounce on the second one. And the Indians get it up and out quickly, and waiting for the rest of the tribe to catch up, and they'll set their offense up with number 3 Brown running it there quickly over to number 5 Perry.
Yeah, Perry is shooting it really well right now. Chloe Perry, and they keep looking for her.
Story that's building there, Ken, on number 5 Perry, who was in the original lineup and scratched, which is why the technical foul was called, and comes in quick and has hit a couple of 3 balls for the Indians and has kept them right in this game as Bacher gets the ball blocked. Now good drive by number 12. Or no, that's number 11, Stringer.
Yeah, Stringer had the chance there to finish it, missed, but Jasmine Pierce was there to get the rebound, went up, and got fouled by McEwen.
Which looked pretty clean from our vantage point, but stripes say they got a little bit of arm, but looked like a nice block from behind as Pierce hits the first one, and that'll give the Indians the lead again at 13-12. as she stands there getting ready for her second free throw. And comes up short. Stargell with a big rebound again. Hawks over into the half-court offense with Bailey Bacher at the helm. McEwen pops out. Isadora. Bacher looking to drive again. Nobody home. Double teamed quickly. Finds Peyton in the corner. Wide open. Long rebound. Bacher gets it. Goes back up. She's going to go off again for the 3-ball. Another offensive rebound. Great one by Castleman. Into Sturgill. She gets a lot of attention, swarmed by 3 Indians right away.
Yeah, they're going to get Stringer again. Stringer's working hard there on Sturgill. Dave, that was Pierce's first. I was trying to find a free throw percentage on her. That was her first 2 free throws of the season. But Stringer's going to get called for her second foul, I believe.
And Ken, so far what I'm seeing with the Lady Hawks right here, just not finding the bucket at the 3-point line. I think my money, if I'm Dan Wallace, is pounded in to Bella Sturgill and let her do her thing. And if they're going to collapse 3 and 4 people on her, then kick it out for that 10, 12-foot shot and just start racking up some points here.
Correction on that foul. That was Marion Davis. That's her second, so she gets subbed out. Sturgill hits the first and the second to give the Hawks the lead. And so Springmeyer is going to come back in. I'm sorry, Maddie Manzardo is going to come in for the Hawks.
She's going to give Isadora McEwen a rest. So Hawks still in this full court press. Good. Oh, that looked like a travel.
Definitely got away with one there.
Yep. And the Hawks will recover that. And right now they got 5-on-4 as Jasmine goes down, looking a little limp coming back up court. They got numbers, but aren't seeing it right now.
Yeah,
way
they had
over
the pass
to Sturgill.
Inside to Manzardo, but nice cut by Bucher.
Bucher with a great cut. Goes up strong off the glass and takes a 3-point lead for the Hawks. And comes in from behind, sneaks and taps it away, but it's going to be off on her. So it'll stay Indians ball at half court.
Bucher seems to cover a lot of ground. She's everywhere on this press for the Hawks. A lot of behinds, a lot of from the side. You don't know where she's going to come from, but she's doing a nice job putting the pressure. Indians are going to have to take a timeout and talk about how to beat this Hawks pressure.
Yep. Jasmine Pierce comes off limping a little bit there off of that last trip down the court. And yeah, what had the Indians on a 1-point lead. Now they find themselves down 3, and coach says, hey, let's take a little rest here. Let's talk about it. And not going to hurt the Hawks either. East needs to get their half-court offense together too. I'm sure Coach Wallace is over there talking about that right now.
So while we have this break in the action, Dave, I want to give a shout out to Westchester Cable, our truck personnel, our camera crew, bringing us a doubleheader tonight. Boys and girls, girls varsity followed by boys varsity, and the stands are really filling up. You see some of the young Hawks, the future Hawks, out on the perimeter of the mezzanine level. See the stands getting filled up, and this is something that's new in the last, I guess, 8 to 10 years. It kind of started when I was still here, but it's nice to see the fans coming in watching the girls, because the girls, when they have their own games, draw a crowd, but nothing this
and
big.
We apologize too. I think a little bit of our live feed has been cut into, and so a lot of folks are going to be able to see what we're doing here on tape, and hopefully we can get live by the second half. But
so meanwhile, Fairfield coming off the timeout ran a nice set offensive play and got the basket into Krim.
Yep, good quick bucket and brings it into 1. Now the Hawks run that half-court offense. And like you said, Ken, it is nice to see the crowd here giving the support. The girls don't usually see that when they play on Wednesdays and Saturday afternoons, and a rare miss by Bella Sturgill going up off the glass.
Fairfield's going to wind up with the ball. I don't know if that was a tie-up or what happened there. I think it was a jump ball that he called. And possession goes to Fairfield, down 1, 4.5 left here in the second quarter.
Here comes the trap again. Here in the center of the court, and Indians take it. I'm still trying to figure out what the Hawks are trying to do there on that full court press, as they let the ball come in and then they seem to trap, and then I don't know what the secondary coverage there is. McEwen finds herself with the ball out front by herself, goes strong, trying to use that left hand, and comes up short hard off the glass.
We're going to get
Going to get a foul on White, 21.
Yeah, they're going to get Maddie Manzardo kind of tangled up on the rebound and a little poke there on the rebound, but
I'd just give Indian the ball underneath the Hawks basket right now as they toss back and forth along the baseline. Now 23 in the game for the Indians. Brings it up over to Krim quickly as she goes up. Nice contested shot there from behind by Castleman. So Stringer and Krim trying to connect there as Burke has the ball out top, running the offense, makes a spin, moves, pops it out, finds McEwen. She shoots one. A lot of stuff going off strong, Ken. I don't know if these girls worked out today, but a lot of things going along, hitting on that back end of the cylinder.
And I don't know that their feet are set. They're kind of jostling their feet a little bit before the ball's getting launched from that angle, but you know, they're really not focused. They're not set. They're kind of rushing some outside shots.
And nothing's hitting the front end. Everything's going deep. So I don't know if some of the assistants are seeing that and talking to the girls on the bench as there goes a long three-pointer over from the corner for Moffitt. Rebound by Stargell. 2:56 and counting. The Hawks up by 1. As we had a good mismatch that Sturgill saw right away. Maddie.
Yeah, Chanel Brown was guarding, and Chanel's not very big.
On Manzardo, had a definite mismatch, and Sturgill saw it right away, tried to kick it in, and drew a foul from behind.
And I do feel like they could get a lot more of those mismatches if they slow it down and run a patient half-court set, but everything's been fast break. So
Fairfield sees that, subs quickly with Kenny as Sturgill gets hit from behind again.
Yeah, Chanel Brown got her.
They're going to call that on Krim.
Ooh.
Number 12.
That's a benefit for the Hawks.
Yeah.
That's Krim's second, but she's a little confused because I don't think she was near. The refs are going to consult, and I think they're going to get a correction here. I would hope they would correct that because Krim does not deserve that foul. No, they're going to leave it.
Oh.
I saw what I saw, and I called what I saw.
So it should have been a substitution here. She did sub and then came back out after the confrontation or the.
Krim could have gotten a third there, but instead comes away with a steal. Good hustle play by Krim.
So getting pretty physical out there now.
Brown launches
I see
one
lots
up.
of bodies going, and there goes Castleman up, and she's going to get slapped from behind.
No, they called a clean block and the ball off of Castleman's leg.
Wow, I don't know if we got a shot of that again, but I'm sure the East faithful are looking for a foul, if not a out of bounds.
Coach Wallace going to take a timeout, but yeah, Brown with what a hustle play coming from behind. I thought it was a clean block, but I don't know how
I
it
don't know
hit,
if we got a shot of that
off,
or if the guys are still working on things down there to do reviews, but I think that's a good timeout by Coach Wallace right there. You could see some things happening away from the ball. You could see things. Here we go.
We're going to see this again here. Coming in your living room, Brown with a clean block, and I guess off Castleman's leg, but
yeah. Some things were getting crazy there, Ken. Away from the ball, there was some pushing, shoving, on the loose ball. And I could tell a couple of the Lady Hawks were not liking it. So I think, if anything else, if Coach Wallace is calming them down, saying, hey, go with the physicality. It's a part of the game. Let the refs handle it. Don't get frustrated. Because I'm sure Fairfield would like to play a nice physical game here against the Lady Hawks. So I think that's a timely timeout.
Madison Daniels in the game for Fairfield.
So the basketball gods would say that if that was a bad call, there's your makeup. But if we get a travel on number 11 there, Stringer, first travel of the night called, and the Hawks will get the ball back underneath their hoop, right out to Walker to McEwen. McEwen looking for that three ball, I think, at the point, not there. As now they come over to Castleman, Bacher in the corner, back into Maddie Manzardo with a nice layup. And
a good set offensive play by East.
And good break on the Just stand there and take the charge now, right?
Yeah, Fairfield pushing it up.
Yep.
And Moffitt did a good job getting to the lane, and now she's going to get to the line.
And so many interior players struggle right there. They see that speed coming at them. Just go to the block, stand your ground, make the offensive player move around you, right, and hope you get some help and keep your hands straight up. You shuffle your feet, and then that always ends up into a defensive foul, and shooter goes to the line, and Moffitt misses the first.
She's a 45% free throw shooter on the season so far.
So Hawks up 3 with 2:02 here in the second. I think we might be back live. And she misses the second one. Hawks get the ball. Gonna need a little bit of help down here. Manzardo to Castleman to Burke. Burke back to Balker. Balker looking for the defender to come out. That's a mismatch if she wants to go one-on-one there, Ken, with Kenny on her.
Yeah, she'll have a definite quick first step available to her. And there's a little poke from behind.
Hawks can't be lazy with the ball because Indians are looking to strip it. There goes Castleman. She's off the bank. So the bank is closed after 5 o'clock on a Friday, as it did not go for the Hawks once again. Just in a drought on the three-point line as number 3 gets in there. She fires one up. Big bounce and rebound by McEwen. Has one coming from behind. Gets it off over to Burke. She goes right-handed. Saves the rebound. Back out. McEwen takes a step back. That might be the answer. And she does not get the favorable home court rattle in the rim. In, out.
Yeah, Peyton Bucher's done a nice job getting to the lane, but not finishing on the layups. And Fairfield's doing a good job driving. Fairfield's been shooting outside a little bit more than they normally do.
Yeah.
But Hawks still cannot buy an outside bucket.
So I like the idea of McEwen there. She kind of took about a foot step behind. Nice help from behind by Bacher. And there's that one block per game, which was key. Down 3 with 28 seconds.
And you were saying, Dave, that was in the top 5 of the GMC
yes.
on blocks with 1 block a game. So
yeah.
Not sure if the block stat isn't getting into some box scores, but not many blocks going on in the GMC.
Oh, now talk about a block. There you go.
There's Peyton Bucher.
Peyton Bucher
showing the hops.
Climbs the ladder right there, saying, hey, I can do some blocking here too. 13 with the big block right there in the corner, putting the Indians back down in the corner for the inbound with 25.7 seconds. They're looking for the last shot for sure, Ken, here, right?
They should be. It's a low-scoring first half, but they're going to get a tie-up instead.
Yeah, again.
Possession is going to be for the Hawks retaining the ball.
And seeing some big life here out of the Peyton.
Yeah, Bucher has definitely been the spark. Good sub. Sturgill back in the game for the Hawks on offense. Manny Manzardo coming out.
And Ken, I'm looking at the sheet here, and they got Peyton listed at 5'4", but boy, she climbed the ladder on that block.
She played
for sure.
like 5'9" on that block.
Yeah, at least maybe 6 foot. We'll give it to her. Good hustle by her on the last 2 plays right there. Earns East the ball.
6'7".
So a little shot
outside
there
shot
by
again
McEwen.
by the Hawks. Strong rebound by Fairfield.
Looked a lot better. That's going to be off off Indians. Yeah, good idea. Trap down there in the corner. Moffitt tried to bounce it off one of the East legs, and she did. But unfortunately, when she did, it came back and hit her. So East is going to get the ball. Going to get the last shot here, as 14 is in the game, and
Sturgill launches one up, trying to draw
asking
a foul
for fouls, and just ain't going to get it, as she was shooting the fadeaway there at the buzzer. So the end of 2, your Hawks are up 18-15 at halftime from the Hawks Nest. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Lakota East High School here with the Lady Hawks up 18-15. Just a 3-point lead after a big battle first half, Ken. Some interesting stats we got here.
Yeah, we were looking at the halftime stats. The Hawks are only 5 of 34 shooting and 0 for 12 from behind the 3-point arc. Hawks are really struggling with outside shooting, and they're not making layups either. So see if they can get something started with Sturgill driving underneath, and she misses. Fairfield with the rebound. Fairfield, on the other hand, not doing too much better as well. They're 5 of 19 shooting.
And yeah, Ken, as you mentioned there on the field goal shooting, the stat doesn't tell you where those shots are. Is it a 12-foot shot, a 14-foot shot? But as we're watching this game, a lot of missed layups. And right now, the two keys of the game so far is what keeping the Hawks ahead by 3. They got 14 offensive rebounds and shooting 80% at the line, which I don't think they've done all year long. And that has kept them in this game and a 3-point margin right now.
Yeah, like you said, Dave, 8 of their 18 points have come from the line. So when you get almost half your points from the line, and Fairfield doesn't seem like they're in too bad of foul trouble. Krim has 2. But other than that, they're spread out their fouls. So it hasn't been a dominating foul fest, but
no.
Hawks are shooting a high percentage.
Yeah, both teams doing okay in foul shooting there. Bacher shoots one from the 3-point land and comes up a little short at versus Long. Something you and I talked about at the halftime here is we noticed 0 for 12, as the stat says, on the 3-point shooting, but a lot of deep shots, a lot of things hitting off the glass, back cylinder. That time Bacher steps back a little bit, comes up a little short on the front end. There's a nice steal right there by number 13, Peyton Burke, as she goes in, little hesitant, and throws the ball away. Yep. And got to take advantage of those steals.
Yeah, Bucher finally looking to dish it off underneath, but missed, and she's been aggressive on defense, but
little give and go right there by number 1 to 33.
They're going to get 33 on an offensive foul, getting position and threw a little bit of an elbow. I don't know if that was a deceitful elbow, but trying to gain possession there. So she's upset about that call. But Eden Kenny does pick up her second.
And these are the kind of mistakes that the Hawks have to take advantage of, right? That's a easy defensive play there. They get an offensive foul, and now they need to make it pay off here with a bucket.
Yeah, Bucher drives in and kicks
right
it out there, and
McEwen
finally the Hawks hit a 3-point shot.
Takes the cellophane off the rim and hits the first 3-pointer of the night for the Hawks.
And I like to see that out of Bucher. She, instead of just driving in and continually going, she's driving in and trying to kick it back outside. Doubles inside, and then good
nice
defensive
steal
play
right there by McEwen, as the Hawks, or the Indians, definitely going outside in quick, right? It's twice now down the floor where they've kicked it out to the corner of the point and a quick pass right back inside. And the Hawks were able to steal that, but the pass, I think someone stepped on the baseline, so turned the ball over. Crum looks to spin. Kenny shoots one from the 3 ball and doesn't get it. And East is going to fight down there. Sturgill with Krim. That's a good matchup right there. 22 and 12 all night long.
A good outside range there by Eden Kenny. That was a nice outside shot. And there's a move by Bacher, who kicks it out to Sturgill.
Looks the drive, goes up strong left-handed, and she's going to draw the foul. Not for sure who they're going to call it on this one. On 11, that'll be on Stringer.
Stringer's second.
Yep. So now a couple of drives, couple of fouls. We were saying no one was in foul trouble, and a couple of fouls picked up here early in the third as Sturgill goes to the line. Makes the first one.
Boy, she makes it look really easy at the free throw line. She is shooting on the season 66% and increasing from today.
Yep, that percentage will be going up a little bit tonight. She hits this one again. Pretty solid. I think she's only missed one so far from the line. And like we said, that's been the difference in this game until that first 3-pointer of the advantage for the Hawks. So Bella Sturgill definitely increasing that free throw percentage.
Dribble crossover by Krim, gets her own rebound.
Goes in strong, still can't get the favorable bounce. And boy, there's something with this eastern rim down here. This rim on the far side here just is not favorable to anybody as the Hawks change over, shooting on the home rim now. And Bacher goes in for the 3-point. She battles it around And Hill looking for the rebound, lets it drop. Thought it was tipped by the Indians.
Almost got the friendly bounce by Bacher. She hit the back of the rim and went straight up in the air, but didn't fall. And Hawks seem to be slowing it down on offense a little more, which is what I said I would like to see them do. And they are doing it. Fairfield still in a hurry. Springer from the outside.
Oh, big miss right there. She had the 10-foot jumper there for Stringer. Comes up short. Bacher pushing the issue. Goes strong to the rim. And going to get fouled and go to the line again.
Yeah, they're going to get Krim on the foul. That's her third. Krim's getting a little frustrated out there. She's mad at herself for missing the initial inside shot, getting her own rebound and missing again. She let out a little scream there and a foul there. You know, that's got to put some pressure on being the only senior on an entire varsity team. Trying to be mature, trying to lead.
And so that's 2 quick fouls in this period. And that gives her 3. And boy, another one. Give her a 4th spot. I'm looking for a substitution off the bench down here, and I don't see anybody moving towards the box yet.
Yeah, there are a few players that kind of initially got up and then sat back down. And now Moffitt's set to come in. We'll see if she comes in for Krim. Krim may have waved Coach off there and said, I'm the team leader here. You're not going to take me out, Coach.
Peyton kicks back to Isabel. Now she's hit on the mark after must have went up to that auxiliary gym and shot a few during the half, but right now Isadora McEwen hits 2 for 2 in the second half and puts the Hawks up by 11.
Stringer gets it inside.
Nice block by Bacher. That'll give her 2 of the night.
Doubling her average.
That average, And change of possession, and now the Hawks can really do some damage here, Ken, if they can find a bucket.
Yeah, Hawks with an 8-0 run here to start the second half.
Nice spin move by Sturgill. Nothing going there. Foul. She's begging for it, and the refs just aren't going to take it, so she's going to have to earn them.
Get a travel call.
No. I'm going to call white 24 on the push. I thought it was a travel, too. So. .318 going here, and gonna have another foul. So 26-15 with 3:12 as the Indians go into the corner. Moffitt has the ball, looking around. Perry has it back over to Davis. Back over to Moffitt. And she's going to lose the handle and turn the ball over.
It's my power court.
So here we go. 2:38, and Peyton goes in, drives. So still up by 11, and Hawks getting a little frustrated there, Ken. 2 times down the floor here, looking for some fouls and not getting them from the stripes.
Yeah, they're going to get McEwen for a touch foul there. Sorry, Dave, you lost me for a little bit there. My plug got unplugged.
So, 2 trips down the floor were some physical play. Hawks come out looking for fouls, didn't get any, and are getting a little frustrated with some touch fouls on the opposite end here. As McEwen now picks up another foul from behind, get a quick sub.
Third, so Jividen comes in.
And Castleman with the big long rebound. And Peyton Burke gets the ball.
Bucher all the way in.
Bucher, nice drive and bucket. Peyton looking really good, playing strong tonight as Fairfield throws one up quick. Bacher with the ball. They got numbers 2-on-1. Nice
Good
pass over to Castleman. Still, late call there finally. She's going to earn one.
Yeah, Davis with a good hustle. That's a good foul by Davis, rushing down the court. But I'm going to give MVP right now of this quarter to Bucher.
Bucher playing great ball right now. Both sides of it too, Ken. Defensively, offensively. She's had a couple of nice assists too. Playing really well at that point guard right now.
And Hawks with a 10-0 lead here in this third quarter. Little correction there in the foul going on. They made sure that Marion Davis was the one to get called for the foul. That's her third.
And Castleman hits the second one. And here comes the Indians up quickly as Fairfield brings the ball into their court. That's Stringer over to Moffitt quickly as they set things up. Now number 3, way back behind the three-point line. That's Brown.
Chanel Brown with a big shot from the outside. Another one of the Indian freshmen.
Brown
finally getting Fairfield on the board here in the second half.
Brown goes downtown with the 3. So 29-18, like you said, Ken, that really helps out the Indians as they were just seeing nothing here for most of this third period. There's Peyton.
Driving in the lane.
Bucher with 2 more.
Getting the high arching layup.
Ken, she's up to 8 now. Boy, it seems like she's got 18, but she's got 8 points now and just hustling there on the floor. Like I said, both ends of the court here. Peyton just working hard.
Yeah, that's interesting, Dave. She had 8. She's got 8. She had 4 in the first half and only 4 here in the second half, but she's doing it with the assist.
Yeah.
She is putting the basket in twice, but she's got to have 3 assists here, getting the East teammates the open shot.
Yeah. Coach Wallace asked us for a full timeout here late in the third with a 1:07 left. Going to rest some starters here, I think.
He's got to be thrilled with a 13-3 third quarter.
Yeah, and finally the cellophane comes off the 3-point bucket with McEwen hitting 2 in this period.
On that side of the court, but it's still on this basket here for Fairfield. Only putting in 1 shot so far, that late 3 by Brown. So really the stands are filling up nicely here. Looks like a future Hawks night. We had Bella Sturgill's little brother played at halftime, I believe.
Yes, he did. So, yeah, the little guys are out there at halftime. The boys' varsity team came out of the locker room to check that out.
I love seeing that, Dave. I told you, Coach Atkins had his boys lined up on the baseline, engaged in a T-Bird game that was being played at halftime of the girls' game.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is really the epitome of a program, a basketball program.
And like you said, something different East has tried, and now this will be our second broadcast on a Friday night. We got one more coming up with a big one with the school over on the other side of town. And on a Friday night, it just looks good.
Outside shot, Eden Kenny for 3.
Fairfield comes out of the East timeout and hits a big bucket to bring it within 10 with just 60 clicks left and counting as Peyton goes in strong and kisses the glass for 2.
She is finishing nicely her last 2 shots. That one high off the glass, the other high off the lane. And Fairfield does not have an answer for that, but Kenny gets it inside. She's going to get called for an offensive foul, and you can see the frustration shown on the Indian faces here.
So that's her second offensive foul on that power move inside. That's something the refs don't like, or maybe she's, like you said, pushing that elbow back in there. But that's...
Personally, I think it's a good, strong offensive move.
So just unless that chicken wing's throwing back in there, and that's what they're seeing, I don't know. But yeah, from our vantage point, it looks like a strong offensive move, unless there's some elbowing in behind. So Bella Sturgill getting very frustrated here
she
in this half.
Off and arms up and can't believe the call. And they're going to have her take a breather here, get a drink of water and settle down so she doesn't pick up a meaningless foul there.
Good call by Coach Wallace there, taking her out, let her get a breather, calm down. It's been a physical game. She just needs to settle in and just deal with it. Now he's talking to her. Good coaching right now is right now Sturgill brings the ball up for Fairfield, pushes the lane, nothing doing. Krim looking at, kicks it back, but just a little over Davis's head, the freshman over there in the corner. So these three small freshmen, man, they sit around the outside of that three-point line looking for putting that shot up. Is now 6 seconds. Peyton has the ball, looking. She's going to drive the lane, turns, shoots, gets it blocked.
Yeah, good block by Stringer there.
And Springer is going to end the third with a block. 33-21 here, Ken, at the end of three. And what a big period that was for the Lady Hawks.
Yeah, very active for the Hawks. 15 points on the board, almost doubled what they had at halftime, 18 at halftime. Got the cheerleaders coming out here at the Hawks Nest. See if we can zoom in on them for a little bit. I want to thank Westchester Cable for having us out here, and our camera crew volunteers.
Yep.
Our truck folks that are battling some technical difficulties here tonight, but persevering.
Yep, we apologize for not being live, but we have got some issues with the connection, but everybody can catch this on the record, and I know they're working hard to try to get it up and going for the boys game coming up immediately following this. But yeah, hit and subscribe on that, like Westchester Cable. Best media here in town amongst all those else that are here, I can tell you that. So Ken, again, big period there, like you said, for the third for the Hawks. And
they held the Fairfield Indians scoreless for the first 4.5 minutes of that quarter, which is huge.
And the talk of the third really is Peyton Bucher, right? I mean, she is playing lights out on both sides of the court, offensively, defensively, dishing the ball. I don't know what her assists are looking like so far right now, but boy, she's scoring off the glass. She's falling on the floor, tying up, getting jump balls, and just really taking command of this game.
Yeah, that and Isabel McCune hit 2 3-pointers after the Hawks went 0 for 12 in the first half. Old friend Jeremy Johnson came to the booth, and I told him East would have 3 3-pointers here in the second half. So they need one more. And a little short by Bella Sturgill. Indians with the rebound, and Stringer brings it down. Krim still working hard underneath.
Yep.
Man, she is battling.
Now number 5, Perry back in there, which was our story earlier, as there's a loose ball, gets deflected a little bit. 2-on-2, back out to McEwen. McEwen, boom, and now she's hitting. That's 3 for 3 in the second half.
Yeah, like you said, Dave, she must have gone up and gotten some shots off at halftime, or did some soul searching, because she is on fire right now from outside the arc.
Hawks look like they dropped down into a zone defense right here, Ken. Looks like they jumped right out of the man-to-man into a little zone there.
Yeah, if your opponent isn't really hitting from the outside, that's something you can do. I know Fairfield had 2 3-pointers there in the third, but you now have a 15-point lead. Fairfield a little bit below their average of offensive output. East right about their average. So, you know, you clock is your friend here in the fourth quarter. You just want to not put them at the free throw line.
Mazzardo comes back in for East. And quick push by Davis comes up short. And the Hawks will gladly take that up and look around over to Sturgill. Sturgill down at the foul line, back to Bacher. Bacher on the 3 ball.
Fourth three-pointer for the Hawks, and now they're extending their lead to 18.
The Durers are falling now in the Hawks side of the court.
Good
All
decision
the 3
there.
balls.
Great decision there by Macy Hill. Pull it out over to Bacher again.
Yep, coming up a little off the rim as Hill gets the rebound, shoots the 10-footer, and now Pierce rips that down for Fairfield, and over to Stringer, and she'll bring the ball up for the Indians. So 39-21 here, just hitting right at the 6-minute mark left in the game, as Sturgill finds herself with the ball in her hand as a nice bounce pass right to her. And Bacher tosses one up off the left side, hits the glass, and she's going to go to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
finally playing with some confidence here, which has been lacking their last few games.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming out and they're playing more as a team right now. I told you that at halftime. I just don't feel like they're playing as a team. And right now, you got some extra passes. You're looking up the court.
And it's amazing when you start hitting shots, right? Bailey looked very frustrated in the second period. Her shots weren't going, her teammates' shots weren't going. Senior trying to get things going and just very frustrated. Looks much more calm, looks much more in control here in the second half. And now things are working her way. She's getting some buckets. She's hit a three-pointer. She's hit a 2 off the glass. That was a huge play. She was fired up, saw some emotion after that, and goes to the line and buries another one. So now Hawks extending that lead almost to 21 now. So where we were a 3-point game, now all of a sudden Hawks are stretching this out. As
Krim with the answer from the outside.
Gets a bucket.
Yeah, Kobe Krim says, not so fast, my friends. Let's keep us in it.
Inside of 19 now is Hannah Weaver in there with the ball. She comes into the game.
Hawks doing a good job working some clock here. Up 21.
This is a smart play here by Coach Wallace. Nice backdoor cut. Not happening though.
Great idea.
Moffitt
the right play.
Shuts it down. But yeah, you're up 19, 6 minutes. Work a little bit of clock. Burn it.
Well, Fairfield's still working hard too. You know, Fairfield's not going to give up.
Nope, they're looking for balls right now as Krim has the ball. Pulls it back out. Now Hawks go to a half-court trap a little bit, coming out of the zone defense. And good passing right now by Fairfield. Finds Moffitt in the corner. She comes up little long as Jasmine takes it in. Rebound, and she's going to pick up the foul there on the second go-around.
Yeah, Kenny just tried to follow her own shot. She just looked at coach and said that's 4, and she's frustrated. I hate to see Fairfield frustrated here. They're a young team, and they're playing hard. Like, I feel like it's
Kenny's a freshman.
Yeah, and 6 of them are. I feel like playing in these varsity games against an experienced team like Lakota East, they're going to play them dividends. Maybe not this year, but the year after, and then definitely by their junior year, it's going to be a good team.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure these girls are playing junior high ball last year, and now here, like you said, playing varsity level. So, you know, coach is doing a great job keeping them settled down. She picked up her 4th foul. He's like, hey, no worries, man. Keep playing. There's 4 minutes left in the game. As now Perry goes charging in there.
They're going to get Weaver on the reach, and Fairfield's going to have the ball underneath. 4 minutes left here in this action.
A couple of subs coming in. As now Kenny is going to get subbed by Daniels. And
Chividan for the Hawks comes in.
Weaver comes out. Peyton Bucher back in. Quickly into Krim. Makes a nice strong move. Defended well by Sturgill.
Krim is such a hard worker in there. See her hands on her hips, but man, she does not stop.
And Madison Jividan is in there as well for the Hawks. So a few players getting some rest at the 4-minute mark. There's a shot by Brown, and she doesn't go downtown that time, off the rim. East with the rebound. Peyton just pushing the issue. Goes in. Does the fake pass and goes with the underhand. Nice little play, Juke, if we got to look at that one again.
And that's what they were doing in the first half also.
Peyton to the line for one, misses the front end. So Peyton Bucher with a nice drive through that lane, Ken, earning her way to the stripe. Fakes the pass and then goes up underhanded and gets a little arm bar and earns her way to the line. Now misses both though, and Krim pulls it down going up. Manzardo puts the D on her, kicks it over to Perry. Perry off the front end of the rim. Rebound by 4.
Good hand by Sturgill inside. Dave, I did not think this was going to be a 20-point game here.
No, not the way it was
1
looking.
point and 3 points max in the first. And there's an outside shot from Madison Jividen for 3.
Jividen off the bench and hits the 3 right away. Maybe Coach Wallace should have put her in a little bit earlier. I don't know. She stroked that pretty quickly and smoothly.
Good move there by Fairfield's Moffitt.
And
strong
Madison
rebound,
with the
Jividen.
rebound too. So playing well here, the minutes that she's getting.
You know, Dave, something I've always said is I love how Coach Wallace's subs.
Oh, nice give and go there. Love it, love it.
Subs his bench in with starters. You've got a lot of coaches who only sub a bunch at a time, and you've got inexperience playing with inexperience.
Yeah.
But right now you've got inexperience playing with the most experienced kids, and that just raises the level of their game.
And perfect example right there. Manzardo goes up, sets a pick for Peyton, and then spins out of it, and Peyton lobs that ball over to her on the give and go and gives her an opportunity to earn a shot and some charity shots here as she got fouled going up for that, and hits the front end of the first.
Moffitt coming out, and as well as
Madison Springmeyer in too for East.
Kobe Krim comes out for
Madison giving Bella Sturgill some quality rest minutes here.
Hawks now extend their lead to 24.
And Madison, just being a junior, she's going to have that spot next year as Bella is a senior going to graduate, right? So these are key minutes for people like Manzardo and Springmeyer to be in here right now, as they're going to be the seniors next year on this Hawk team. Rebound by Springmeyer. Peyton shoots it up there quickly. Barker looking to drive, kicks it out, shot. Oh! Madison almost 2 for 2 out there in the long range.
Yeah, that got the bench excited. I was watching the East bench, and they all stood up ready to go nuts if she would have hit that one. And there's the answer by Fairfield, no good.
And they're going to rip it out. They're going to say that's off of East. And so
Aria Peck.
Fairfield's going to keep the ball, and now Coach Wallace is going deep into the bench.
Yeah, Aria Peck comes in as well as Hannah Weaver again, but Peck's first minutes of the game.
And Peyton Bucher and Bailey Barker both sit down, and I'm going to kind of guess their nights are over here, up 24 points with $1:50 left as Castleman hustles in there and knocks it away.
Coach Wallace showing the hustle, getting the ball, loose ball there.
Look at those hops he's got there, man. Those kicks he's wearing. We'll zoom in on those kicks. Coach Wallace wearing the...
Those signed Air Jordans?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's winded.
Indians will keep the ball as it goes out of bounds, and there's a bad pass into the corner for number 23, Brown. Shantae Brown in that corner looking for the 3-point, and the ball just sails a little bit.
Fairfield still putting
As
some
Castleman
pressure on,
brings
a
the
little
ball
bump.
in.
That's going to be off of East.
Yeah, I'm not too for sure what happened right there. That was a weird inbound by Manzardo. I don't know why she didn't grab that, if she didn't think she established herself back into play, but it kind of ricocheted off of Castleman as she was being defended and just kind of bounced around. Springmeyer with good hands there knocks it away under the Indians' basket. So 47-23 with about 92 ticks left here.
Wide open corner shot there. Oh, passed up a shot.
Up.
Coaches were not happy about that on the Fairfield
Goes
bench.
back over to Brown. She tries to do a jump stop shot. 8-footer, doesn't go.
They wanted Madison Daniels to take that shot. Daniels is a junior, so he probably knows better. I think because she got blocked by Bucher earlier, she was a little timid on getting that shot up in the air.
So now Peck bringing the ball in. She'll charge up the right-hand side. She's going to get fouled, and I think she's going to go to the line for 1 and 1.
Yep, got 1 and 1 there.
So Aria Peck getting her first opportunity to put some numbers on the board.
And these stands are full, Dave. Look up across from us. They got the band up in the corner, and you got fans all the way up the bleachers. Both sides. So Peck.
Peck, Castleman, Jevani, Springmeyer, and Marzardo are the 5 right now for the Hawks.
And that was Peck's first miss. She had been 2 of 2 from the free throw line this season. I looked down, 100%. That's impressive, but only 2.
So
now she's at 67%, if my math is right, and now 50%.
So a lot of future here on the floor for the Hawks of what you're going to see next year, and getting quality minutes right now as Perry puts it up, and it goes up and over the backboard. And have yet to get the story there of why 5 didn't start for Fairfield.
She had a nice bag at halftime. You know, she came out on fire, so maybe it was motivational, maybe it was discipline, but she did have a nice bag on. So, but she came in like a minute into the quarter, which was kind of peculiar.
Yeah, something there going there, but all good nonetheless as the Hawks will keep firing it down. Castleman settling things down over there in the corner. Up to Madison, over to Peck. Aria got the ball running this point as she bounces it into Manzardo, looking for Springmeyer underneath. And we're going to get a little...
Yeah, bodies flying everywhere. They're going to get the Hawks on a foul. Give Fairfield another possession here, down 24.
Yep.
And Hawks really just with an offensive explosion here for 29 points.
Yeah,
in the second half.
That third period really made them push up and over, and just something that the Fairfield Indians couldn't come back from.
Good inside pass. Jasmine goes up strong, fights through, and scores.
Nice inside play by Jasmine Pierce. Like you said, these Fairfield Indian ladies aren't giving up. They're down inside of now 10 seconds, but still fighting hard as the Hawks are looking. Peck takes the shot and buries it. She gets the three-pointer with just 5 seconds left, and the fans go crazy, especially the students over there, Ken. And that's going to put the exclamation point on this game. Your Lady Hawks 50, Fairfield Indians 25. Hey, this is Courtside. Dave Royce, Kenya Blonsky. Stay around for the boys game right after on Westchester Cable TV.